This is probably you here or you right there, and your objective is to get here. SMMA is not a straight line. I mean, nothing in life ever is a straight line because most beginners are going to fail, and it's going to be at that point in the line. So you want to know the main reason that beginners fail in SMMA? And it's not because it's too hard, and it's not because the business model doesn't work, but it's because how they approach it, and because they do give up way too early. So in this video, I'm going to break down the real reasons beginners fail at SMMA and what you can do to make sure that does not happen to you. So the ultimate goal in this video is to take you from this part of the line to that part of the line. So let's get right into it. The first reasons why beginners fail is because they have the wrong mentality going into SMMA, or really going into anything in business. The world is competitive. There are thousands and millions of businesses trying to satisfy the most consumers to get the most amount of money for themselves. And the same goes for SMMA. Some people think that SMMA is a simple, easy cash grab, where when you can start, you can just make some really easy, simple money from the beginning right away. And to be honest, even when I started, I thought the exact same thing, and I did the exact same thing. I watched thousands of YouTube videos. I even bought a course, a really expensive course, and in theory, it's because it looked really simple. But the way people portrayed it in YouTube is really old fashioned. You find a client, and that's the hard part of SMMA, and you just outsource the work, and that's it, you just profit the difference. But this is so outdated. Clients can sniff you out right away if this is your strategy, because this is something that probably worked in 2018, but now it will literally destroy your business. SMMA can be simple, but if you look at the graph from the start of the video, only after you've gone through this messy, frustrating trial and error phase, only that's when you're going to start to see real results coming through. What people underestimate in SMMA is that it's literally all a numbers and a long-term game. That's all it is. If you can't do volume outreach, and you can't do it for a long time, I'm talking months and months, even up to a year, then you won't grow and you won't have a successful business. It's that simple. For me, I didn't get my first clients until after 4 months of starting outreach. So I did 50 cold calls a day for 5 days a week, and I did this for 4 months. So it doesn't take a genius to do the maths that it took me around 4,000 cold calls to get my first client. And it was a small gym. Like, could you imagine that? So don't think it's quick. Don't think it's passive, because it's not passive. Only after a certain amount of clients, then it's gonna start to get passive. But the beginning, it's all about work. So pick up the phone, start calling people, start sending emails, or start doing whatever outreach method you want to do. Because if you're not prepared to pick up the phone and do any outreach method at all, you're going to be in that part of the line. I've literally seen some agency owners take from 2 weeks to up to a year to get their first client. I mean, imagine the person that took a year when everyone else was taking just a month to get it. Here is another thing that beginners do that is somewhat painful to watch, and it can really screw you over in the long term. And that is outsourcing everything without learning your industry. I've seen so many beginners try to be the middleman without learning ads, without learning what a funnel is, without learning how to even start campaigns. So if you don't know what outsourcing means, or being the middleman, is essentially you find someone who can do the work, you find someone who needs the work done, and you just match them together and you profit the difference. With this strategy, you're not building an agency. I mean, you're not really building anything. If you want to hire someone to help you do the work whilst you learn and you kind of do the campaigns together, then that's okay. But you can't just sit there, outsource the work, and literally just forget about it, because that is terrible for the long-term growth of your brand. You don't have to do everything yourself, but especially during the beginning phase, try to learn as much as possible in your industry as you can. Because if you get a client and they're gonna ask questions about the strategy or anything going forward, you're gonna sit there with a blank face, having no idea what to say, and the clients will know that. They're gonna see that you are not as knowledgeable as they thought you were, and they're gonna leave, and they're gonna not recommend you to anyone else, and they're not gonna give you referrals, and this is going to be really harmful towards your agency in the future. The best agencies in the world are the ones where even if the owner doesn't directly do work in the business, they still know 100% what's going on, and they do this because they trust the person that's doing the job that can get higher results to their expectation. Because at the end of the day, you can't sell something that you just don't understand. I mean, just put yourself in your client's shoes for a second. They are trusting you with a lot of money that they have worked for to put into ads, and they've trusted you to do that job for them. If you've told them on a pitch that they're going to make money and you really have no idea if they're going to make a higher return or a lower return, then please just have some respect for your client, because they've worked super hard to earn that money to spend into ads and to invest in you, just to essentially be scammed. And that's why beginners should actually learn about their offering, their industry, and how to run profitable ads before actually monetizing it. But you don't need to master every platform. Literally just start with one. Just pick a Meta, Google, TikTok, Pinterest. do whatever, okay? Just pick one platform and then just go from there. Research your competitors, research your customer pain points, research your industry, and then you'll figure out how to start monetizing it. And if you need experience to actually know how to get these things done, then look at your network. Ask for friends, ask for family, ask if anyone has a business that they were so kindly as to let you run digital campaigns for them. And if you have no one to help you at all, then you're gonna have to try and run simulation campaigns, and you're gonna have to start from the bottom up, learn as much as you can, and try and get a good head start. After you learn everything, about 80% of your effort should go into outreach, having calls, sending emails, and then ultimately booking your first client. And let's talk about the final reason why beginners fail at SMMA, and that's all about rejection. Whether it's a real life rejection, a business rejection, or really any other types of rejection, we all as humans fear rejection. But why do we fear rejection? Well, it threatens our need for acceptance, self-worth, and belonging to a community. It's why we're afraid of not being invited to go out. It's why we're afraid of sending job applications. And the most obvious one, it's why we're afraid of asking someone to go out on a date with us. And it's the same with business. We don't like getting rejected from a lead because it makes us feel like we're not good enough, and that every no we receive from them is just another step backwards instead of forwards. It's like someone saying no or not replying to your messages at all, or even worse, when you have them on a call with you and they outright tell you that you're just not worth the money. And that can be real bad. But honestly, that's just business. A baby doesn't walk without falling 50 times, and it's the same with anything. The difference between the ones who succeeded and the ones who quit is that the ones who succeeded got rejected initially, but then they just went again and again and again until they finally succeeded. And eventually somebody will say yes. Somebody will say yes to you, I promise you, and then you'll get another yes, and then another yes, and then you'll finally get to that point of the line. So if you've just started SMMA, or you've been doing it just for some while, just know it's not going to be easy. You're probably going to fail at the start, you're going to face a lot of rejection, and you're going to feel like quitting so many times. But if you keep showing up, and you learn the craft of running ads, and not treat a business like a roulette wheel and try to get lucky, then you will start to win. Slowly, but then you'll pick up the pace. So, if this video has helped, make sure to go downstairs and click the like button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and comment wherever you are on your journey. If you guys want, comment down and I can put loads more videos for SMMA beginners to see how you guys can get up, do some outreach, learn the ads, and ultimately get your first and multiple clients. And of course, if you're a business owner watching this video and you need someone who knows what they're doing to help you run your ads, the link to my agency is down below in the description. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.